Hi, welcome to One Day to Love. I'm Tonja Walker. My next guest is a Tony-nominated actress, singer, dancer. Her career spans from film to Broadway to music to teaching. Right now, she seems to be having the time of her life. And this is what most of us think of as the last third of our lives. She's starring in 2 television shows at the same time, The Young and the Restless and Family Business on BET+. And it is just such a pleasure to see her again. We worked together before, and I've always just loved and admired her so much. Welcome to the show, Valarie Pettiford. Hey everybody, I told you that Valarie Pettiford is here today and I'm so excited. I am huge fan. I've gone to see her in everything I possibly could. And I just want you to welcome her to the show today. Hey, Valarie.
Hello, good people. Hi, darling. How are you?
Everybody's here. I'm good. I'm really good. I'm excited about seeing you. I couldn't believe it when you ended up on Young and the Restless because I thought you were in New York this whole time. And so I thought, great, I'm gonna get to see her, you know. The last time I saw you, I think you were dancing and singing. Weren't we doing something with Liza Minnelli? Did you do something with Liza Minnelli?
Yeah, she came with a benefit, right? It was a
Yeah.
benefit and she performed.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like the last time I saw her live.
yeah, Candor and Ebb. I think it was a benefit for them, and it was actually a benefit for the house that they put the people in from our union that they give a.
Yes, yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but that's what it was for. And it was a
Yes,
wonderful event. It was really a wonderful event. And
yeah. And anytime you get to see Liza perform, yeah,
I
you know what I
know,
mean?
yeah, I got to know her pretty well. And
Did you?
yeah, when I was in New York, my husband was in her wedding. Um,
Wow.
I sat behind Joan Collins. It was a riot.
Oh my God.
She was with the new husband, you know, the new one that's like, well, he's not new anymore. He might be overthrown. There might be a new one, but the but the new one that was then was like 30, something like that. And she wasn't. She looked fantastic. I'm like, whatever she's
we should
taken,
we should all be so lucky.
whatever she's taken, give it to me. Whoever your doctor is, give me his number. I mean, she had on this lilac suit. She just looked like $1,000,000.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson was there. It was really
Wow. Oh my gosh.
huge. Elizabeth Taylor, you name it, they were there.
Yes.
And it was really a fun party. It was a great, I just got to know so many New Yorkers when I was in New York. You know, I felt I never wanted to leave.
Nice, nice. Yeah. And so you weren't born and raised in New York?
No, I'm from West Virginia, honey.
Born and raised in New York.
Yeah,
I'm a New York
I'm from
girl.
West by God, Virginia. That's why all my relatives were in the service. Yeah, and my then I went to Maryland, Ohio and Maryland, and that's really where I was raised. And
Nice.
that's where my mom still is. So very grateful.
Yay.
Yeah, very grateful for my mother still being alive.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, anybody who has their parents still alive and around, God bless you. I lost my incredible parents, and it's still devastating. Time does heal, but it's devastating. I miss them terribly.
Yeah,
So
I can't. I've got to go back and spend some time with her on the 6th. I'm going to be there for like a month.
nice.
Because I just want to. I left when I was 19, so I want to spend as much time with her as I possibly can.
Please, if you can, do that. Do that.
And she's a great grandma. The
Yay.
day she called and said, "I need Isabella's new address so I can send her the check. I think she's expecting it." I said, "Yeah, she probably is. You know, she probably is." So I wanted to talk to you. First of all, if anybody doesn't know, you started in high school. You went to the Fame High School, right?
Yeah, I did.
You were a dancer and a singer, and you really didn't act back then. You were in
No,
musical theater, and you did like Broadway. You did like huge things. Tell us,
Yes. Yeah.
tell them some of the things you did on Broadway. It's a long one.
Well, the thing about it is I start off as a dancer. That was what I wanted to do. Originally a ballerina. And then when I went to the High School of Performing Arts, the Fame School, I started off as a ballet major and then went into the modern dance because I thought, oh, you know what? I love this modern dance thing and I wanted to be in the company. And then by the time I was a sophomore, I saw my first Broadway show, which was The Wiz. And it was like, that's what I want to do. So that's what changed my trajectory of as far as, going from concert dance, ballerina, modern dance to the Broadway stage.
Well, I know that Bob Fosse found you, and he fell madly in love with you, and you like teach this. I mean, this is incredible. When I first saw Chicago, I saw Anne Reinking,
Yes.
and it was fantastic. It was wonderful, but I couldn't believe their bodies could do those things. And then I saw you do those things, and I'm like, how the hell do these people do that? I can't believe you can dance like that.
Years and years of training. Everybody thinks that Bob Fosse is just loosey goosey, and yes, he has a very distinct style, but you have to have really strong technique to be able to pull it off and pull it off 8 times a week. There's some really very technical, difficult stuff. But
it's so technical. It's like hard to believe that anybody can do it. I mean, it's like it's coordination up the wazoo. All these isolated movements. And when I took dance, there was nothing like that.
Yeah.
And what
but yeah, that's Jack Cole, a lot of inspiration from other countries, Africa, Egypt, Asian community, all that stuff is kind of melded into actually the history of jazz dance. And Bob Fosse was influenced by sculpture and different cultures.
That's what it looks like.
Right?
I mean, people are like statues, and then this moves, and then this moves, and then all these. And then oh my God. I mean, it's
right. And what makes Fosse so wonderful to do is it's not just steps; it's the intent behind those steps. And so when I do teach it, or when I ever teach dance, it's about telling the story. So it's not about always getting the leg up so high and 9,000 turns, which is great. Don't get me wrong. But why are you doing that? And it just separates, the good from the great, I think.
Well, it does. It makes it an acting experience as well.
Yes.
Really telling a story. It's not just dancing, even though dancing is telling a story. I know that.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So, but Velma Kelly, I would love to see you do Velma. That would make me go.
Yes.
Are you planning on doing that anytime soon?
No, I think my kind of dancing days, especially 8 times a week, are over.
Oh, wow.
The body, I don't think the body can hold up 8 times a week.
Your body's held up pretty damn well. Really amazingly, actually. Way better than mine. Way better than mine. So I want you to know that I interviewed Harry Lennox.
Harry!
I've got a show with him. So if you look on YouTube, you'll see the interview I did with him.
Oh, fantastic.
And when I saw you on Blacklist, I just about died. I was like, oh, they're so smart. You guys were great together. Did you have fun on that show?
I had a good time of my life. It's the second time we played husband and wife. So we already knew yeah, we played husband and wife in the film called Stomp the Yard. And and that's when we first, built this relationship, and it was fantastic. So going into the Blacklist was easy peasy.
It
was honored.
It was a joy to see you guys there, and he's a wonderful actor.
Oh, he's brilliant.
I did a show. One of the shows I've done the past couple of years was called Destination Heaven, and he played God.
Did he?
Every day.
Yes. The voice of God.
The real God. He was in person God. He was like, he would show up and he was God. And he directed the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was a real treat. And
he's pretty brilliant.
He's a Broadway, New York guy. You know, he comes out here and does his thing, but he and his wife live in New York, and they were great. They were really great. I love doing that. Um,
Yeah, it's
so
been awesome.
what do you think of this new soap opera thing that's going on in Atlanta and all the work that's going on in Atlanta? What do you think about all that?
Well, work is work. So wherever you can get it, do it. You know what I mean? But I'm thrilled that Beyond the Gates is going to be a huge hit. I know a lot of people on that
Me
show.
too. I know
And so,
everybody. I just like,
right?
oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm trying to get Tamara's number because we've done so much stuff together in the past.
Oh, I can imagine.
But she always deserved to be on top. And in this one,
Yeah,
she's on top. And it's just
I know.
it's so great to see her on top, you know? And I've
Delicious.
been Davis
They're
for years.
delicious.
Yes. And I love all that hair she's got going on. Fabulous. It's just fabulous.
Yeah, everyone is amazing. I'm proud. I'm proud. I'm proud of that they're bringing the soap back on. It's work for people. It's great work for people. It's a great training ground for the new kids coming up. If you can handle the soap, you can handle anything.
Yeah.
And you know that better than anyone. I mean, that's
Sometimes
hard.
yeah.
That's hard work. People don't realize the amount of dialogue that you get on a daily basis,
And the
and you have to hit it
changes that
and
come at you, the changes that come at
oh
you.
my god.
We're gonna stop here. We're gonna go here. We changed our mind. You're gonna do that. We're gonna do it, and you just have to be able to do it.
Yes, and tap into all of that, at the drop of the hat. There's not a lot of many retakes, and so
There's no
yeah,
retakes. They don't even give you a rehearsal anymore.
barely, right?
Take
uh
rehearsal. They used to say,
yeah,
Tanya, will you mind if we take rehearsal? Because
yeah.
we're running long. I said, no, it's okay. You can take rehearsal. Well, by the time I went back in January of 2017, which was a long time later, um, they didn't ask me if they could tape dress rehearsal.
Wow.
They just taped the dress rehearsal. Like, oh my God, how
Okay.
things have changed. Tanya, do you mind if we tape dress? No, I don't mind. Would you like to do that again?
Well,
Yes, I'd like to do that again. None of that. None of
but
that.
also you have to remember who they're asking. You are queen of queens, so they knew that they can take a dress rehearsal and know that the performance was going to be
It was
stellar.
gonna be.
So
Thank you for saying that. But it's and
no, that's true.
I really did. Yeah, they called me one take Tanya for a long time. But
See, yeah,
but I did think
can't do that with everybody.
but it was funny when I came back. There was they didn't ask permission for me for anything. It was like, okay, you're doing this. Okay, no problem. I love that. But, I had the best time of my life on daytime. I really did.
Yeah,
And, and
yeah,
and leaving it was very hard, but I had that biological clock ticking big time.
yeah.
Big time.
Good for you, though.
It
Yes.
was more important to me than anything else. And it
Yeah.
still is. They're the best production I've ever had. So
Oh, that's wonderful. That's
yeah.
wonderful. Are they in the business at all or no?
Bella's a great actress. She's really,
Nice.
really good. She's in LA and Abby works for NBC.
Yay.
Yeah, she wants to make TV. She wants to be like the person that decides what's going to be on and what's not going to be on, what they're going to
Nice.
and what they're not going to make and all that. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
I'm proud of them. I'm very proud of them.
Yay. Congratulations, honey.
And everybody sings.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, everybody sings. They would love you. You'd love them. Really nice people.
It's in the DNA. It's in the DNA.
I guess so. Tell me about this Lullabies album that you did.
Oh my God, that was like 2,000 years ago. But at the time when I was married, my husband and I were trying to have kids, and it just didn't work out for us. But during that time, my musical director and his partner, Ron Abel and Chuck Steffen, wrote these original songs for me, this lullaby album. And then Jamie Wooten and Michael Orland wrote the other half. So it was like half and half. and actually half and half. Jamie Wooten wrote for the TV series Half and Half.
Yeah,
that
I
was on.
remember you did
Michael
that
Orland.
too. Yeah.
Michael Orland is, you know, the king of was Idol and stuff like that. But anyway, so we decided to do this album, and was kind of a tribute to me, my journey trying to have kids. Unfortunately, it did not work out. But I'm glad I tried, and I had a beautiful lullaby album to come out with it. So
Ron Abel, is that who you? That's who. Isn't that who does Lucy Arnaz's show?
yes, indeed.
Yeah,
Yes, that is her
yeah,
musical director.
yeah. I
I
did one.
love
I
those
did a
two.
show with her too. She's on my list of people. People on the list of. I've had some great people on the show.
No kidding.
Yeah,
I love Lucy.
I love Lucy too. I love Lucy too. When I had her husband on, Larry, he wrote
Yeah.
an incredible book. That
Yes.
I plugged. I mean, I just love. I'm just calling people I love and having them be on because I love having people on the show. Um, I don't think anybody gets enough time. You know, you get on like a talk show and they talk to you for 30 seconds and then you're done.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Done.
true.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Well, I like
true.
my storyline. Yeah, I really like that person. But and this is what's happening. Bye. And I'm like,
Right.
I don't think people need to talk to other people a little longer. So you were married for 30 years and he was your manager. Oh my
No, not that long.
God.
We were together. We were together for 20 years and married for 12 of those.
Oh, I guess that's what they did. Yeah, I had to do all this homework on you because I just knew all the stuff that I knew, and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything, and obviously I did. So,
No, no worries.
yeah. So, did you love to be in on these other shows? Because you've done pilots and series and nighttime, and I've seen you on
Yeah.
a lot of different things at night. Every time I see you, it's like I'm always happy, so happy.
A time of my life to be able to to do the body of work that I have done. Starting with the soap operas, I thank them so much. Best training ground ever, especially coming from dancer singer days into, you know, straight acting. And then to be able to do the shows that I've done. From one of my favorite characters of all time is what I'm doing right now. We just finished our 6th season of The Family Business, and it's like a mafia type,
Oh
gangster
my
type
God,
show.
I love mafia stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah. And I play the matriarch of the head of this incredible, rich, wealthy family. And we
What
do
a
feelings on
blast.
the side. Oh my God.
What
It's
channel is it
amazing.
on? What channel? When is it on? I
It's,
haven't
it's,
seen it. I feel like
it's BET Plus, but we're also on Netflix. I
oh,
think the
I've
first
got it. The
season,
Family Business. I
The
am
Family
watching
Business.
that. Okay, everybody, we got to watch.
And Ernie Hudson plays my husband,
Okay.
Ghostbusters.
Oh my God, that's so
And
funny.
I have the 6 strapping children.
You do
They're
not.
amazing.
Are they all
And just
killers?
no, 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 no. It's not. It's not killers. That really, it's not. It's when if you mess with the family, things can happen. But other than that, no. It really. We own a exotic car dealership. That's where our money comes from. We're very rich, very wealthy.
But it's
But we
not a
do.
mob thing. It's not a mob thing.
Oh yeah, we do have some mob stuff.
Okay, okay, that's what I thought.
That's on the side.
That's what I
That's
was
on the side.
excited about. I've got to tell you that I love
I
that.
know. Oh no, 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 no. They're guns and killings and things,
Yeah,
but there's a reason.
yeah, yeah. Well,
So going from that to, you know, playing a lesbian witch on a Discovery of Witches. Oh my God, you don't get any better with that.
I just saw that's the most incredible thing. Oh, I just love it. It's incredible.
We shot it in Wales. I was the only American in this production, all the incredible Brits. And they were all my heroes. I mean, you know, I'm fans. I was fan of Matthew Good, totally a fan of Alex Kingston. Just got to know Teresa Palmer. The list goes on. Lindsay Duncan. It just Tonja Moody. They were the most delicious. delicious humans and we play creatures
Yeah.
on the face of the earth. I've been throughout my entire career. I have been truly blessed with some of the best people on this planet,
Yes, you
as far
have.
as actors and true crew. Um, and you get sometimes what you ask for, and I asked for that. I
Yeah.
said, not only do I want to do great work, I just want to do it with great people, and
Great
I have.
people. That's the best part.
You know what I
That's
mean? With
really
big
important.
hearts, loving, care about the work, like to have fun. So,
Yeah.
so going from, the mafia wife to Discovery of Witches, now back on the soap and
That
everything
sounds
in
like heaven to
between.
me. That sounds like heaven to me. It really
Yeah,
does. It really, really does.
yeah,
So
very blessed.
I found out that 40% of the business has left Los Angeles, and now I'm here. So I'm like,
Yeah,
so where should I go?
yeah.
So I've been hearing my director, who I just did a show about this week, um, is from Australia and England. He's
Mm-hmm.
born in England. He went to Australia for a while, but he has been directed 17 movies, and he's a very successful sci-fi director. Neil Johnson is his name. And he said, you've got to move because everybody's leaving LA, and you've got to move. There's work in LA and New York, and not New York, but not New York. There's work in London and Toronto and Atlanta. And I
Yeah,
and I was like, wow,
yeah,
and that's weird. I mean,
yeah,
it cost me $40,000 to move out here. Uh,
yeah.
and so don't tell me that there's no here. It's the only reason I came, for crying out loud,
I mean, it's tough all over. You know what I mean? And not just,
Tougher than it always was, tougher than it's always
LA,
been. I mean,
but right. But the bulk, not the bulk. There, let's put it this way: there's a lot of things happening in Atlanta and London and Wales and outside of New York City and Toronto and Louisiana and stuff like that. The good and the bad of it, self tapes are the thing now. So you can be here and send in your self tape. The bad thing is self tapes are here. I like being in the room. You know
me
what I mean?
too.
You can change people's minds when you're in
I
the
have a
room.
terrible time with self tapes because there's no feedback. So
Yeah.
you're guessing,
Right. Right.
and I'm
Oh,
like, and
so
I
you
want.
don't know, and
No, you don't have a clue. Was that the right choice? Is that what you want? Are you going that direction? Do
right,
you do this? Want to see this? I can do that. And you know nothing. You just get to
right,
guess. You get to guess. That's
right. And
and
I just it's hard. It's so hard. So
not
you
fair.
know,
I gotta tell you, it's really not fair. It's not. It's really not, because if you don't know
yeah,
the casting director, and the casting director doesn't know you, the
right,
chances of you getting something with somebody that doesn't know you, doesn't know what you can do, and
right,
they don't want to see soap tape. And my best work was on soap tape.
right, right,
I rocked on
right. It's
daytime. I was a real big star of daytime, and I've done every
no,
fucking thing there is to do on daytime, and they don't want to see that.
yep,
They don't want to
yep,
see that. And and
yeah.
and, and to find a part that is anywhere near as interesting as the ones I've already done. It's just like, it's like, really? I mean,
Yeah,
you don't want to see that. You want to see the stuff that I've done recently, which is like, okay, yeah, it's good.
right,
But
right.
that was
But
worth
if you can, like we were talking before, I mean, and I talk to a lot of people now because everybody is kind of all in the same boat. Got to create your own content. You know what I mean? If you can, so at least we are engaging in the stuff that we really love, which is to act. So if no one's hiring you and you still have that bug and that interest, find, create it for yourself. And then once again, the good and the bad of social media and and technology today, you can get that out there, and
yeah,
all of a sudden
that's true.
it like this incredible podcast you're doing, it will take off. And
Yeah.
so at least, as my life coach would say, we have to stroke that pilot light, and that is always lit for us, and
Love
sometimes it's
that.
dim, and we need it to to blossom.
You're
And
a
so you might have to do
wonderful.
your own stuff.
You're a wonderful motivational speaker. You know that that's another thing you could do.
Thank you, sweetheart. But I teach. I love teaching. I love teaching, and I'm doing more of that. And so, when I make that transition from like in front of the camera, that's what I'm going to be doing. I just love it. I just
I'd
love it.
like to direct. I'd really like to direct.
Nice, nice. You should.
So I did.
You should.
I had my own professional performing arts studio for kids, basically for kids, when I lived in Connecticut, because I wanted to give everybody a monologue and a song. You know how everybody has to have a monologue and a song?
Yeah.
Nobody was teaching that. And I had these little 7-year-olds that wanted to
No.
on Broadway, and they didn't have a monologue or a song. So I said, well,
Wow.
I'll dive into the city and I'll put them in. Nobody was teaching that.
Yeah. Wow.
So I did. So I had and it was very successful in Connecticut, So I thought, well, maybe I'll do that again. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm growing up. It's my new phase.
Yeah. You see, you keep your heart open. You work on stuff and see where God leads you. You know what I mean? To whatever direction. You know what I mean? So that's I know that's what I'm doing now.
It was the one what I'm writing is very good. It's
nice.
A little bit
Love that.
A little bit of a take on the story of my life combined with a lot of business, a lot of mob stuff, a lot of explosions.
Nice. It sounds amazing. And you're gonna star in it.
Well, that's the idea, but they just they might not want me, even though it's me. So if not, I can do
find the money, do a trailer with you in it.
That's a good idea.
I'm serious. Yeah. Oh, no. People need to be reminded of who you are and stuff like that. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself.
Well, if I can, I will. So what is going on with your personal life now?
My personal life is nothing.
Me neither.
No dating. I don't wanna. I'm good.
Did you
life
do the
is
apps?
good.
Did you do the apps?
No, God, no. No apps.
Oh my God. I did.
I don't want a relationship. I like being by myself. I like being by myself. I'm good. I'm happy. I've had great relationships in the past. I've had some not so great relationships. I'm good.
Yeah. I do not need that.
No, not look. Now, I say this, saying that I never say never. So if the right, man comes along, yes, but not looking for it. Not new. I like me being me.
Well, if you can't be you, then that's a really bad thing. That's the thing that happens when you start dating people is you have to really work hard to be yourself. It's
and you show up with your representative. No. This is. I took a dating seminar years ago, and that I thought that was so brilliant because we show up with our representative and not our true selves, and then right. The hair, the makeup.
She does this, she does that, she does this.
Right. And it's not the real you. And then when they find out the real you, they might not, you know what I mean? So why not show up as the real you?
The real you. There's so many parts to me and there's so many parts to you. There's so many parts to everybody. You never know which one they want to see.
Right. Let them see it all and right.
So it's hard to show it all.
Yeah.
So
true.
So you're loving this part. Tell me about this part on Young and the Restless.
So I came back as a character that was on years ago. Amy Lewis. It was so ironic. The character I'm playing is playing. She was on the soap, I would say, I don't know why I was going to say 85. It can't be. Or I want to say probably the late 80s, early 90s. And, oh my God, now I just forgot her name. Oh my God, please forgive me. Stephanie was the original girl who played the character. Please forgive me, I can't remember her name right now. Anyway, so she played this character on the show. She goes away, gets married, blah, 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 real family, blah, blah, blah. Now they're bringing this character back. Come to find out, she replaced me on One Life to Live. That actress replaced me, my character, Sheila Price. She replaced me.
Oh my God, what a coincidence.
I know, 100 years later. And then Nathan Purdie, you remember Nathan? Nathan Purdie?
I love him.
I know, right? He was on, he played the love interest or the husband that, that my character either married or had an affair with. And so I come back now years later, trying to find my son and build a relationship with my son.
I wish they'd bring Nathan back. I really miss Nathan. I'd love to see him up here. I'd love to see
him. Me too.
I keep going through my old tapes, and we had some stuff.
I love
stuff. I mean, it was really wonderful. There's this one scene where he's sitting on the stairs in my apartment, and I'm just flirting with him shamelessly. Shamelessly, and his face and his response is just so perfect, and there's so much tension, and it's just powerful stuff, small, intimate, powerful stuff. And he could do that. We could do that. It was really fun.
I adored him. So to come to find out he played the character, it was just
it's amazing.
Loved it, loved the show. I mean, I've been having such an incredible time on the show.
What's the story, though? What's the story?
The story is me trying to find my son. We became estranged, and it's revealed why. And so that it's happened already, so everybody knows. But I had an affair with Nathan. And that's really his father. And so I'm not telling anything that the audience doesn't already know.
Is Nathan still alive? I mean, is your husband still alive?
No.
Oh,
no.
Yes, he is.
Right. That's right. It's daytime soap opera. They can come back.
I've come back from the dead from being in a coffin. A coffin.
That's why you love the soaps.
That's why dead. That's dead. Yeah. That's really dead. And I fought that like crazy. And I said, I'm not going to be in a coffin. I don't want to be in a coffin. What if they want to bring me back? But
yeah, so that's the storyline. And I was trying to build our relationship back together. That's and great. So I'm having the time of my life. It was daunting. I was like, oh my God, look at all these lines.
You can do it in your sleep.
Oh my God. My other TV series is a piece of cake compared to
so you're doing them both at the same time. Oh my God.
Both at the same time.
At this time,
but having the time of my life.
Can you believe that?
The time of my life. I mean, the people on The Young and the Restless are so delicious. Crew, cast, behind the scenes, in front. I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah, Jess Walton and I go way back. Peter Bergman and I go way back.
I finally got to meet Peter.
Oh, he's a doll. He's a doll. I always wanted to play opposite him, and I always wanted to play opposite John McCook. John McCook's on Bold and Beautiful. But both of them are just fabulous men. Fabulous.
Just lovely. All of them are just lovely. And just
Beth Maitland.
Everybody. I'm just in all of them. So
I'm a big fan of all those people, love them, and Jess is like family, Jess Walton. Like family to me. When I was on Capitol, we were across the hall from them. So Carol Burnett was upstairs, Young and the Restless was across the hall. The one with the big Wheel of Fortune. No, it's not Wheel of Fortune. The Price is Right was
Price is Right.
And Mom would come to visit me on the set, and they would have a boat and a car and the wheel in the hallway there, that great big hallway at CBS.
Wow.
Because they had to wheel it on this. It was so fun. It was just really fun. Running into Tim Conway in the elevator, that's fun. Bless his.
Wow.
Yeah,
How long did Capital run
5 years.
the show?
5
Capital.
Yeah,
5 years. Nice, nice.
yeah. They went off the deep end.
Was
They
that was
they
that
got out of
CBS?
yeah
Was
they
that
got
CBS?
yeah they got out of the political thing of being in the Capitol, which was the fun part, and they went to
Right.
like some desert like Saudi Arabia or something. And whenever they go off where they're not supposed to be in these shows,
Yeah.
it you got to stick with what you can go a little
Yeah.
bit, but you can't
You can't veer off too much. You're right. You're right.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it,
Wow.
great
But
people.
I'm glad that the Young Restless General Hospital,
That's
uh,
they are.
a
Days of Our
Bold and the
Lives.
Beautiful,
Days of Our Lives is still here too.
right? Days of Our Lives, and now Beyond the Gates.
Yeah.
Bravo,
I hope
bravo.
they
Keep
do
it going,
more.
guys.
Yeah, I really hope they do. But
Me too.
you give me a lot of hope because at this time in your life, you're about the same age as me, and you're working like never before, right? I mean, this is
Oh,
just unbelievable. Nighttime
yeah,
shows, daytime shows, two
yeah.
different shows. Where does your other show shoot?
Here in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay, good, good. But when
So
you're
yeah, so I'm really lucky to be
yeah.
able to do both, and they work out my schedules, and
Oh, I tell you,
everybody's so
I
kind.
tell you who's lucky is whoever gets you. That's who's lucky. Um,
Thank you, honey.
because there's so many people that are just not like you. They're just not down to earth. They're not generous. They're not kind. They're not sincere. Uh,
Thank you, honey.
they don't treat their fans with the kind of respect that the fans deserve. Uh,
Yeah, I love my fans.
and
Oh my God, they're
and I always
amazing.
my problem was I always made friends with the crew, not
Yeah,
not the big dogs. And now I need the big dogs. And I'm like,
yeah.
shit, I didn't care about the big dogs back then. I only cared about
I know it's the crew, right?
they
I
said,
love the crew.
and they're the ones that call me, the cameraman.
Yeah,
Why aren't you working? What's going on with you? And I'm like, well, they just don't understand it. And I'm like, well, I don't understand it either, but it'll
yeah.
change. But
No,
I
no, it's going to change. It's going
but
to
those
change.
but those are my people.
Yeah.
I was always like, if the cameraman doesn't like you, the angle he's going to get is not going to be the best. You're going to
Ain't
be
that the truth?
You're going to look like hell, and you're going to lose your job. So you better be nice to the other people, you know.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I do you like props?
Um, yeah, I can leave it or take it or leave it. You know what I mean? If it's necessary, and yeah, I don't mind it at all.
I
Or
I,
I don't,
I live
I
I
don't, or
live
I don't have to have it.
I live for props.
Do you really?
Yeah, yeah. I like to look around and see what I can use that's there and make it different, and really I love that. So I always really, really good friends with the prop guy. And the prop people
So
are the ones that have
awesome.
the food. They have the food, they have the drinks. I'm not dumb. I mean, I have friends with
Yeah.
the right people.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because when I think of your body of work and stuff like that and props, you make it look so natural. You know what I mean? If you're going to eat, you eat. If there's food, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Your props it just makes it what you're supposed to be, living, truly living in the moment.
it's
So
really been fun. And when I started on Capitol, I couldn't even make a drink on camera. They said,
really,
yeah, they said walk down to the bar, put ice in the glasses, pour the alcohol, which
right,
Coca-Cola diluted to the nth degree,
right, or iced tea or
and
something, right?
carry that over to while I'm talking.
Yeah. You be working and talking with a prop.
My God. So then I had to practice. Okay, what am I supposed to say when I'm getting the ice? It was horrible. It was so horrible.
Really?
Yes, and there was a guy on the show that was the best with props, the best with props. He played opposite me. So I was saying,
Yeah.
can't he make the training? What's that? So I learned all that, and it became like my favorite thing, which is insane.
Nice.
I mean, it's just so funny how that worked out,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really
And
neat.
then you coming to love it, and you love a
I
good
looked
prop.
for it. I looked for it. Yeah,
Nice.
it's really a blast. So, do you go on vacation? When you go on vacation, where do you go?
Usually I go work and then go vacation. So I work a lot in Amsterdam. And
Oh,
then
really?
what
How
I've
do you
been
get work in Amsterdam? What do you do for that?
teaching. I'm first started going there with the Fosse legacy,
Hmm.
reconstructing his choreography at this particular university where, it's arts school, incredible school. And then I started doing my own thing with my, business partners, Marianne Lamb and Marissa Paley, choreographer, director. We create these experiences where it's dance, song, acting for
Wow.
their year-end concerts. And so when I go out to Amsterdam, I figure since I'm over there,
Yeah,
why
you
don't
guys
I go
will have
see
a
some
good
stuff?
time. That's a great
Yeah.
thing.
So I'll go to London and visit my friends who are over there on that side of the pond. This last time I went to Lisbon.
You did?
That
I've
was
always
great.
wanted to go to Portugal. I've
Oh my
always wanted to
God.
go there. I've heard it's fabulous.
It's amazing. And I went to the touristy spot and it was fantastic. Loved it, loved the
And
people,
everybody speaks
everything about
English.
it.
I've heard that. I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
Maybe we'll go do something sometime. I would really love to do that. That would be a blast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The last year I went to Roma, and had a brilliant time. And so, yeah, I'll do a little bits and pieces from work. As far as me going to a real vacation, I'm a homebody, so I'll stay home in a minute.
Don't need to if you get to do it with your work,
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
right, right.
Well, next time you have some time off, give me a call. Let me know how you're doing, and we'll go do something fun.
Absolutely, my darling.
I would love that. And I'm very, very, very grateful that you had the time in your schedule to get me in. So thank you
Thank you
for
so
that.
much, honey. Thank you for having me. I
Oh, it's
appreciate you.
my pleasure.
Like I said, you look amazing. I mean, I haven't seen you like in forever.
20
So,
some for 30 years, something like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, you haven't changed a bit, so I
You're
love
so
you.
sweet.
You're the great.
Oh,
Okay,
oh, oh.
you're such a triple threat. That's what they should do on your tombstone someday. Long time from now. Was she ever the triple threat? Oh my God. And a heart of
Bless your heart,
gold.
sweetie.
Heart of gold.
Thank you.
Thank you so very, very much. I love you.
I love you too, my darling.
Thanks. I'll talk to you later. Thanks again.
All right, my dearest. Mwah.
Thank you so much for staying to the end and being with us today. That means a lot to me. Thank you for subscribing and liking. I'm almost to 1,000. That means a lot. Also, I have Crystal Hunt coming up, and I have Murray Cheatham coming up. I have Stephen Manley coming up. A lot of great people. So tune back in next week, and hopefully you'll love it. Leave me your comments below. I will be happy to get back to you. Thanks again. Bye-bye.